I'm bringing it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Here it goes.
Come
Hey!
on.
There is Carew
Can you see me?
Papritz, the biggest star in the business. Forget about it. Just ask him;
Look at
he'll
that.
tell you.
Hey, Lena.
Hi.
So Carew was Carew was here as we finished up our quote unquote porn interview today. We were talking to a guy out of Chicago who has a porn studio, and and now we've got you, and you've got all sorts of things going on, and we've got the bunny with us today. So Carew, what's been going on, my friend? How are you, my man?
What's been going on? Well, I don't. Sadly or not, I have no porn in my life going on. At the very
You're great.
moment. Wait, my wife just closed the door. Okay, we're good.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, not much. I think we're doing a little thing called pandemic, right?
Yes.
How's that? How's that been going in your neck of the woods?
Pretty much everybody is just done. They're done. They're back to work. They're getting it in. They're getting it in where they fit in. All that stuff.
So to speak.
So we have got Carew Papritz with us today. He joins us live here on our broadcast, and this guy has held book signings on the top of horses. He is, as the Macho Man Randy Savage used to say, he's riding the edge of a lightning bolt, brother. And Carew Papritz with us today. He's a literary advocate, educational thought leader, and author of the multi-award-winning book, The Legacy Letters. And he's with us today here on our big program. And so you've been doing all sorts of things, my friend.
All sorts of things. Although things have been a little bit quiet in the old Pueblo here during the pandemic. You know, there's not been a lot of hooting and hollering going on, but the last couple of years,
and hollering.
Lots of fun stuff. I mean, and looking forward to more. Looking forward to a lot more. We're looking forward to busting it out, breaking it open again.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
So,
Yeah.
Bunny, you've never met Carew. Talk to Mr.
I have
Papritz
never
here.
met you. It's very nice to meet you.
Buddy, it's
And
a
you
pleasure to meet you.
You look great. I'm glad you're all healthy. So,
Yeah, likewise.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
what's up and coming with you? Like,
What's up and coming? Well, one of
Breaking
the
out
fun
the
things, well, it's sort of interesting. I don't know how much Jigs has talked to you about what we've been doing these last couple of years, but one of the fun things was creating National Thank You Letter Day. And we did this about 4 years ago. And you're saying, oh, well, that sounds nice. And, it's nice and communal and all that sort of stuff. But guess what we did? We created the world's largest handwritten thank you letter, the size of a basketball court.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, and we rolled it out at our local elementary school here. It was an elementary middle school. And then, as I like to say, well, what do you do with the world's largest handwritten thank you letter? Well, you have to send it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we did the next year. So we actually sent it out in the world's largest envelope and created the world's largest stamp.
Oh my goodness.
And as then we shipped it through the postal service to our local sister city school.
I would love to see their face.
Yeah, that was wild. I mean, it was so much fun. And then the next year we had the pandemic, and then we were so it's really what it is just awareness of gratitude, right? And creating thankfulness with our kids, but more so than that, the physical act of writing a thank you letter or thank you note or a thank you card. And I think that in this day and age, especially, I want to say pre-COVID or pre-pandemic, because I think we have a much more we're sort of in a place where we're a little more thoughtful about how we want to live life. And I think part of that is this gratefulness and actually the physical slowing down, which is the act of writing a letter, right? Or a thank you letter, and saying, I'm going to put time into that letter. I'm going to give you my time on this planet. and put it onto a piece of paper and give it to you as a present of gratitude. Yeah. And so now what's the next thing that we're going to do? Actually, I've been thinking a lot about this. Is the other day I started giving out copies of my book to people throughout my community, my town, that have helped me through the pandemic. And they're grocery clerks, and they're the people at the post office, and they're always surprised. First of all, they go, "What, you write?" And I go, "Well, okay, that's another story." And then it opens up a whole conversation. But I say, no, this is what I can give to you, just to say thank you for doing what you did this entire time. And they're just blown away by it. And that's not meant to be an attaboy for me. It's meant to say, this is the way that I can give you a present of my time on this planet and give it to you and say thank you.
That's wonderful.
So I want to start pushing that out there this year.
Yeah.
Even before National Thank You Letter Day, which is November 14th, we're actually going to create a month, national. And for those that are interested, it's nationalthankyouletterday.com. Pretty easy to look up, and then you can actually see the entire big letter. We've got a great drone shot on the football field as the kids are standing around the letter, the envelope, and the stamp. And, we're up about 2,000 feet as we come down. You can see the entire thing. It's really a hoot. But I think in the meanwhile, as the pandemic ends, as we're in this transition, I don't want to let it get away that these people were really, really helpful. They were there, and they were scared. A lot of them were just like, man, we're out here on the front lines. I mean, remember that a year ago today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was one.
Yeah.
So I really was. Jiggy can attest to this. I was in nursing until the pandemic.
Okay.
So, but one of my big thank yous is, I don't think they get it enough. And, I'll throw my letter in there definitely, but it's a good idea maybe. What about our elderly? They've helped raise us. I'm sorry, but even,
Yeah.
And they need that. They need that, especially right now, because they've been scared most of all.
You know what? That is a beautiful thought. That really is. I love the fact that you turned it and said, yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, of course, we all want to thank our parents, right? Well, thank you.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that can't. Right now, the only contact they have is their nurses, their first responders, because they're, and I was there. Not in nursing now because I was doing in-home care. I went from facility to in-home care, and the facilities or the in-home care was like, oh wait, it's the staff bringing it in. We're stopping it at the door, and then a lot more people got hurt, and then they ended up in facility. So that made it even worse. But can you imagine what they're going through? In the facilities, they have their nursing staff to reassure them that, hey, it's okay. This is just precaution. No, your family can't come in. Why? Why can't I hug my grandkids? Why can't I hug my family? What, So, but how about thank you for going through this all these years and just being a pillar of society.
I love that idea. That's a great idea. And plus, where I live here in Southern Arizona, we're actually right next to a retirement community. It's wonderful. In our community, we're probably 80% vaccinated. And that's due largely to these folks here, and everyone is on board with that, which is really great. But no, that's something we actually do a lot with our local with our school and stuff. We go down to the local rest homes and whatnot and see them. So they've been without that for a year, and I love this idea.
Or maybe a parade for them, too, since they can't get close. Maybe a parade outside so they can watch through the windows.
Yeah, I'm always game for a parade.
Right?
Yeah, why not? We need more of those. I think we should bring back the parade big time. Jakes, what do you think there?
Do a parade.
Can we just do the world's longest parade while we're, I don't know, how do we want to do it?
If you do, I'm going to go. Those are fun.
Awesome.
They are
right?
fun.
So, Carew, what is the next book that you've got planned?
Oh gosh, well, it's basically, Jiggy, I've got to explain a little about the legacy letters, the book that's out right now. So the way I wrote it, the initial book is about 650 pages. I should tell your listeners, it's basically a series of letters, a fictional series of letters written by a father to his kids that he'd never lived to see, and these letters become their practical, moral, and spiritual guidebook.
Yep.
For those of you that have read Tuesdays with Morrie, it's sort of a chicken soup crossed with Tuesdays with Morrie, but what I wanted to do, because I hadn't brought a book out in a number of years, and I thought, gosh, I don't want this son of a gun to come out and just become a doorstop. I decided to market it in a different way, and that is to take, again, on the fictional end of things, to take 40 of the over 200 letters this father left behind and consolidate them into a smaller book. And again, for those that have read Tuesdays with Morrie, you'll know what that size is. It's about a 5x7 book. It's perfect for the back of your toilet, where a lot of us like to, right? It's a toilet read. You can thumb through it. And so what's happened is when you come to the end and say, hey, there's more, guess what? The legacy letter's complete. Well, that's already written. So this little book is the little engine that could. It's carried all this weight. It's been out there. It's sold 42,000 copies here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's done very, very well as an independently published book. And so now the thing is, all right, we've showed our street cred again. The big book is ready to come out and ready to rock and roll. So I wanted to come out swinging after COVID, and that's what we're going to plan on doing.
Sounds great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love books.
Oh, well, I love people who love books.
I love people who love
my
books.
eyes, I'm getting older or whatever, but my eyes aren't as great, but I don't care. I fight through it. You can ask my other half. I fight through it because I love to actually, pick up a book and turn the pages.
Yes.
In it, and then just to feel it, and then get into the, the story of it, or just, and then it takes you away from your normal or whatever you were stressing about before. So whether it's good or bad, or it's kind of, then you have the thrilling books too. So I love books. Sorry, I'm just a big nerd.
No, like I said, Jiggy, I love people who love books, and man, we could go on patting each other's back all day on this one, because book lovers. And when you tell someone, well, how many books do you have, and you it almost sounds excessive. I don't even know anymore. I couple 2,000-3,000 books.
Right.
So, yeah, and people look at you. Are you nuts? I go, well, yeah, I guess I'm a writer. What else am I going to do?
The weight limit when you go to move, right? Weight limit on the books.
Oh my gosh! Well, I have a very forgiving wife. She loves books too, so that's even to the better. So
it all works.
Yeah. And the cool thing about books that I love is when you see someone's library, whether big or small, it's like you're looking into their brain.
Yeah.
Right? You get sort of a scatter shot, and I can't wait to go to JJ's house and see his library. Jigs?
Yes. I'm listening, brother.
Yeah, I can't wait to I want to peruse your library, and I think I want to make my brain explode, I think.
Well, before we let you go, Carew, because I've got some heavy metal guys from Iran who are throwing a giant fit and want in here. In fact, hold on. Let's just do this. I'm just going to add them in here. We are just going to go. We are just going to do all sorts of crazy stuff with the heavy metal guys from Iran. Just hold on. I'm not throwing Carew off. I'm just going to put Carew as part of the next interview.